Hello YouTube, I am now in Arkansas, making my way back up from Texas. So I just left Texas, which I guess is a good thing because I don't really care much for the state of Texas. At least I don't like the people, I don't like their attitudes in Texas. The state's actually quite a nice place aside from the people. I mean, nice wide open, so is Arkansas as a matter of fact, although in some ways Arkansas is almost as messed up as Texas with people's attitudes. In Texas, children and teenagers practically have no rights. They're considered objects, they're considered possessions, not human beings. And in some ways it's like that in Arkansas too, unfortunately. Corporal punishment is very commonplace in Arkansas. And as a matter of fact, I think Arkansas at one time was #1 in the Hall of Shame as states that paddle the most. I guess percentage-wise it was, although Texas, the total number of students, Texas is #1. So if you ask me, I'd say Texas is by far the worst. They've earned their spot in the Hall of Shame as #1. But Arkansas can use some work too. Arkansas, this is where there's that school Boonville High, which was featured in this show called The Principal's Office, where this young lady known as Nancy apparently gets paddled in the principal's office. It's on YouTube, the video Nancy gets paddled. There's like a million views. There's so many people are watching it, and the kind of comments these people are using, the way they're getting sexually aroused by it and all that, it's obviously fake though. That Nancy gets paddled video is obviously fake, as most of these reality shows are. I have actually spoken to some of the people who have been in reality shows. I don't live in Arkansas, so I'm not familiar with Boonville High, but there is a school not far from where I live where the principal's office did once air, and I've spoken to students from that school as well as friends of some of the people who are in the video. Now, in my home state, they don't paddle, so obviously when it aired in my state at the school near where I live, it wasn't a paddling incident, it was something else. But the people who I've spoken to about it, they informed me that it is fake and it is planned out beforehand. So that paddling scene where Nancy apparently gets paddled in the principal's office, it is fake, it is a bunch of phony baloney. And even if you record the sounds and then analyze it, like the impact sounds of the paddle, they are practically identical. So it's obviously that it was fake and the sounds were put in and all that. But anyway, I think we had a really successful campaign in Texas. To all you NYRA people, all you people watching this video, all those people who worked with me, Mark Echo, you are amazing. I didn't mention you other videos, but I'll mention you now. It's great that somebody as rich and as successful in life as you is devoting yourself to helping out others, helping out children and teenagers, and it's great that you care about others, that you're just not all wrapped up in money and all that, because, hey, money only goes so far, after all. There are more important things in life. But it's great to have you on your side. It's great work that you're doing, and Paula and David and everybody else. This is great. And now I'm back on my way up. I'm just making this video because I just left the Lone Star State. The state which, I was deep in enemy territory. I considered myself deep in enemy territory. We took the fight right to the heart of the enemy territory. We went to the capital in Austin and all that. So we did really well, and I still am in enemy territory. This is Arkansas, which is quite bad, but not as bad as Texas. So I'm just leaving everybody with an update. I had some fun down in Texas. I mean, even Texas has its good things. The worst things about Texas is the people's attitudes, the way the states run, the fact that children and teenagers can be hit, that they're treated like animals, and also the racism in Texas, all the white supremacy that you find not only in Texas, but a lot of it in the South in general, in Arkansas, unfortunately. But aside from the people, the way the people act and their attitudes, Texas is a nice place, I have to say. All that wide open space and all that neat places to go, like the Cabela's sporting goods store where I went. That was great going to Cabela's. I made another video about Cabela's, but yeah, they do have a Cabela's that's not far from where I live, but I like to visit. Whenever I come across different Cabela's locations, I always like to visit it, because they're all different. Every Cabela's store is different, but if you like outdoor sports, Cabela's the way to go. I don't have my Cabela's hat on. I should have worn that. But yeah, Cabela's was great, and And I wouldn't want to live in Texas even if the people did have better attitudes, even if they didn't allow corporal punishment, even if they didn't have racism and ageism, or you call adultism. That's ageism against younger people. When you discriminate against younger people, it's called adultism. Even if they didn't have all that out there, even if the people were actually nice and had the right attitudes in Texas, I still probably wouldn't want to live there. I mean, all that wide open space is fun for a change, but I wouldn't want to be there on a regular basis. But it's still nice to visit. You just got to keep your guard up when well, you should always keep your guard up, but especially states like Texas. So I'm just updating everybody. I'm on my way back. It was great working with you, and I'm going to see that this corporal punishment is put to an end once and for all in this country. This isn't the colonial days. This isn't back in those days when children were switched in school, like in the colonial days, which I remember in the 2nd grade we studied that in class about how in colonial days children were switched in classrooms and all that. This isn't the colonial days. This is the 21st century. It's time to catch up to the times. We need to put an end to this abuse. I'll have everybody watching this video. Let me make this very clear. I will not rest until corporal punishment is done away with in schools once and for all. I want to see those paddles destroyed. I want to put them in those wood shredders and just shred them up. Nobody should be using something like that. So I will not rest until this is done away with and children and teenagers are treated like human beings as they should be. Let me make that very clear. And it's been fun doing this video. I'm headed on my way back up, and the air here is really nice, and God bless you all. See you all later. Bye-bye.